Greetings ladies and gentlemen, I'm GC Smith and welcome to a World of Warcraft Legion video. And today we're going to be taking a brief look at the world release event or the pre-event for World of Warcraft Legion. Now, it's been quite a while since I really enjoyed a World of Warcraft pre-release event. The first one I ever encountered was for the first expansion that was released once I really started playing, and that was Wrath of the Lich Kings, and boy was that pre-event amazing. It started off with people finding these crates all over the place, and I don't know whether they tested this on the PTR or not, but a lot of people had really no idea what these crates were for, but they started to spread and spread all over the place, and eventually the Argent Dawn got involved and recruited us heroes to go and investigate. And I think it was about this time where you could start clicking on the crates and getting a debuff that if the debuff finished or you died during that time, you became a ghoul with a series of abilities that allowed you to spread the plague further and further. Basically, this was the Lich King's kind of plan or activity or revenge on the world. He was trying to spread the plague once more like he had done at one point previously, and the pre-event was basically all around that. But that wasn't just it. We also had the Scourge invasion of places like the Eastern and Western Plaguelands or other northern places. I think there was some wetland stuff as well, with Necropolis flying around, undead to kill, tokens to get, quests to do, and some really interesting pieces of gear. I think there was a anti-Scourge tier set that increased all your damage and stuff done to undead by quite a lot. And I have to say, that was the best pre-release event we've ever had, at least as far as I've played the game. You see, one of the big problems with that event at the time was a lot of people started complaining when the Undead Plague reached its crescendo, and I think Blizzard confirmed they cut the event short by a week or two. And in fact, there was probably parts of the invasion we never got to see, because some people were complaining that it was cutting into their questing and stopping them using the auction house and stuff. And so Blizzard got rid of the event, cut it short, and only had the Necropolis invasion bit after that point until expansion release day. And since then, we've not really had anywhere near the same level of event. For Cataclysm, we had a bit of the invasion of cities with the Elemental invasion. But that was like, hey, elements are invading. Do you want to go into the defend us? And then once you've defended us, hey, the dungeon's open. Do you want to go into the dungeon? It wasn't particularly exciting compared to the Undead invasion. It wasn't as good. And then we've had the Mists of Pandaria and the Warlords of Draenor ones, and neither of those have been anywhere, in my opinion, as good as the Wrath of the Lich King one. So come to the alpha servers, yesterday's update, and take a look at some of the stuff that was going on then. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any access to the alpha at the moment, so this is all going based on an MMO champion video and stuff that you'll be able to see in the link in the description below. But basically, you get whispers as you're in Stormwind City, I think, or in some of the major cities, and after these whispers, like telling you, like, join us, or give you power untold, you get a new set of abilities, and 9 stacks of a debuff called Frail Mind. These abilities are Turn Ally, impart Dark Whispers into the mind of an ally after 10 seconds. Using this ability will out you as an ally of the Legion for 15 seconds, and it removes 1 stack of Frail Mind. And while you are visible as an ally of the Legion, guards will be able and free to attack you. So this is something similar to the Undead Invasion already, giving you abilities that replace your own to help spread the corruption. And the first ability here is like, hey, spread your corruption to other people. Then you have an ability, Cloak of Darkness. This basically just puts you into stealth for a while to stop you being attacked by guards, but it's got a 5-minute cooldown, so it's not likely that you'll be able to do it that often. You got an ability called Hysteria with a 60-second cooldown. It'll be an AoE spell. It causes hysteria in a group of targets, making them fight with allies for 10 seconds. Again, using this ability will out you as an ally of the Legion. And you have Illusionary Guise, which is a 60-second cooldown that allows you to take on the image of most NPCs, even like one of your base, like your town commanders. So in Orgrimmar, you'd be able to take on the look of High Overlord Saurfang. At least that's what you're currently able to do. Whether that's intentional or not, we have to yet see. It's also said that after you lose all your debuffs, you get to become a dreadlord for a minute. So once all your stacks of the debuff are removed, or buff or whatever, you can use Give Into Darkness and become a dreadlord for a minute. But then it will kill you, which is quite cool. And I'm not sure if we've seen yet what happens if you're a dreadlord, but I can imagine it seems pretty awesome. This is, at least in my opinion, a good start to a possible pre-release event. It's a very similar vein to the zombie invasion, which I would expect no less than from the full Scourge invasion. It sounds like an amazing thing, and I really like the dreadlord flavour of dreadlords coming to towns and cities and trying to corrupt people to serve the Legion unwillingly. Obviously, we're not sure if this is all that remains of the Legion invasion event. We know there is some other stuff to do outside of the cities, elsewhere in the world. Something that requires you defeating invasion points, and even some of the demon commanders that we've had revealed as part of the Broken Shore scenario. So there definitely seems to be a lot of pre-release stuff to do, or pre-expansion stuff, and this seems absolutely amazing. We haven't had this much to do, it seems, in forever. I think Warlords of Draenor was one dungeon and maybe a couple of quests in the world. I honestly can't remember too much. All I remember is being a bit apathetic to the whole situation, really. But yeah, it seems to be quite amazing. Also, for those people who don't want to be involved in this, there is you can get rid of the debuff to lose all your abilities. Or it's a buff, so you can right-click, get rid of it, and lose all your abilities and not participate in the event at all. Although it's unknown if someone can make guards attack you. That said, that's quite cool, I guess, allowing people to opt out of the event. It kind of sucks that they can just choose, hey, I'm not going to get involved in the demon invasion. It kind of law breaks. But I guess for the sake of being allowed to actually do this kind of event, it makes sense. Some people complained with the zombie invasion. You just know people are going to complain about the demon invasion as well if they're forced into it. So you want to give this as optional content to allow people to have the most fun and opt out at times where they kind of feel they have to. Which again is a good thing for open content, really. And it bodes well for the future of Legion, really. Wrath of the Lich King was hailed as one of the best expansions, and if they're taking a very similar design philosophy to the expansion, then it could be another huge success anyway. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and look forward to seeing you again next time.